Oh, how annoying. I cannot believe I stopped the video. Okay, well, don't have to rush now. All right, here on this second one, letter B here, they give you, you can see the start plus k times delta x, well, I times delta x in this case. So the lower limit on your integral is 16. The delta x is 6. The change from b to a was 6. So all I had to do was increase 16 by 6, and you get 22. So that's how you figure out those limits. And then you can see this is 2/3 parentheses, and you're substituting in place of x right here. So that was the x minus 19. So there's your integral. So between 16 and 22 is in pink, and that area ends up being a 0. Letter C is interesting. You can see we just have a constant. We're missing the whole start plus k times delta x thing. You don't see it anywhere because it's just a constant function. You can see the change in x is 4, but I don't have a starting value, and it's not 0. And so I have to look to my function. Where do I have a function equal to -2? Well, right here, this is the section where the function is -2. Y equals -2, horizontal line. And that's occurring from 12 to 16, which makes sense that our change in x is 4 then. Our change in our interval is 4, so that makes sense. And you can see that that area is -8. And last year, it looks pretty complicated, but you can see a giant square root. You can see 4 minus something being squared. Well, that's the x being squared. You can see we have a start value of -2. That's my lower limit. And so start plus, you have your k times delta x. So that's what we're replacing the x with. So that becomes x being squared. And we have our delta x of 2. So I know it starts at -2. We're going to increase by 2. That takes us to 0. So on my curve, from -2 to 0 is right here. So the area under the curve is a semicircle, not a semicircle, a quarter circle. So to find the area, it would be 1/4 of pi r squared. So the radius is 2. And so that's 1/4 of 4 pi, which would just be pi for the area. And it was nice to get something in there that had a circle. So that's why I wanted to do that. But very cool. And hopefully you get it enough to do well on the Delta Math. It shouldn't be too hard. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.